So about 3 months ago, I almost passed out on a call with a new billionaire client because I almost ran out of money. So let me tell you this story first, and then I'll get into the core of the video. But this story is probably the weirdest thing that I've ever went through whilst traveling because of the running out of money, basically. So I was in this cool ass villa. It was a 6-person villa. I will put up some B-roll right now of me being there because I vlogged the whole thing. It was a 6-person villa and I was there alone because I just hit my first 9K month or 8.5K USD. I don't know what it was exactly, but it was something like that. And before that I was on 4K month. So it was my first like big ass revenue month. So I was like, and I was solo traveling in Bali, second period in Bali. And I was like, let me get this cool ass villa. At the time I was heavy into the casual scene with girls. So getting girls over is cooler when you have a bigger villa and you have a pool and you have 3 bedrooms for yourself. Wow, very cool. Anyway, so I spent a lot of money on that Airbnb. I think it was 1.5K for 10 days or something. It was retarded. It was for 6 people, I was alone. I spent a lot of money on food as well. I ordered steak every single night for like 40 bucks. And there's a bunch of expenses, the plane tickets and the new villas and everything around that is expensive. So, and it was my last 100 bucks or something. And that is where this story comes in. So I wake up very late and then usually you don't really feel like drinking coffee when the sun is almost going down and shit. So I would heavily rely on energy drinks and pre-workout. So that specific day I was filming a day in the life. So showing my morning routine, and there was nothing really, but just going to the gym, walking to the gym, whatever. And I drank 2 Red Bulls, I think, and 1 cappuccino from Starbucks, I believe. And so I was just running on caffeine, and for the rest, like there is sugar in Red Bull, so I was not fasted, but I was not eating. So I was working out very hard, and you know Bali is extremely warm. Bali is like 30 degrees, just minimum. So me, the white guy from the Netherlands, me, 2 Red Bulls deep, 1 cappuccino deep, and heavy workout for the vlog. So I want to get like a pump, whatever, want to work out hard, so I look jacked, which to be honest, I think it worked, but that's irrelevant for this video. I got super light in the head. I was like, okay, and I was not eating purposefully because I was low on money. So cappuccino, $7 to get to my villa, and then 2 Red Bulls, already like $3 or something. And then I would just work out and stay fasted till 7 p.m. and then I would eat something because I wanted to save on money and wanted to shred down a little bit, but it's just an excuse for not spending money on food because I actually wanted to have steak, but I couldn't afford it. And we had a client call, a new potential client. We actually worked with that person. I can't say his or her because there's only so many billionaires in the world and you can probably quite easily find out who it is. We had a call with this billionaire. We worked with that person for probably 8 weeks. We are a YouTube agency, so we record long form videos for them and make them viral, and also turn it into short form content and make them viral on short form as well. But our main specialty is long form. Anyway, that's why they hired us. We're a very high-end white glove agency, very expensive, so we don't really work with people that make like 6 figures a year. It's usually 8 to 10 figures per 8 to 9/10 figures a year. It's only a handful of 10 figures. Quite serious. And I'm the head creative, so I'm responsible for all the, especially the long form, but also most of the short form that goes out. At least I have to double check it. And that's a big role in the business. People rely on me. I have responsibilities. It's serious. I have to show up to the call and talk and explain in a logical way so they trust us, so they believe us, and they trust the vision. What doesn't work is if you go to that call without having eaten anything, because I wanted to do the call first and then eat, and I almost passed out. Because the workout, lightheaded, didn't have electrolytes, worked out super hard, super warm, so this white guy got disoriented because of the sweating and all the energy drinks. And then in the call, it was my time to talk, and I genuinely almost passed out. Luckily, and I almost fall asleep as well, I luckily didn't. Oh, I think that day I also was running on like 4 hours of sleep. Doesn't really matter, but because shit was going wrong in the business, that's how it works. 7 minutes in, I hope this is cut down to a little bit of like 6 minutes, but that story on its own is already, it's embarrassing because I just wanted to eat in the afternoon or something, but I was purposefully saving on money. So I have a few things written down here about traveling that I want to answer because I spent $42,000, probably more at this point, on traveling in between 2025 and now the beginning of 2026. Mostly plane tickets and Airbnbs are very expensive, and food, so then goes a long way. Savings, that's the first one. Do you need savings? I recommend it, but my first travel ever to Bali, also all to see on all my channels, so this is actually true. I went to Bali in March of 2025, and I went with, I think, 5K in spending money, and I always had 1K in my savings account for a plane ticket back, because from Bali to Amsterdam, where my parents live, is 1K. So I knew, because this was my first big travel ever, I knew if I go and it fucks up, and the guy that I work for, and now my best friend, but at the time I was just working for him, if he stops paying and everything goes to shit, or I can't deliver on the job, whatever, and I don't have any money, at least I have that 1K saved to go back. So I would say, if you have like 5K, you want to go 2 months to Bali, 5K is enough. Don't stay in too bougie Airbnbs, because the story that I just told you was from the second period in Bali, when I made more money. But this first period in Bali, I was on 3K a month, between 3 and 4 USD. And so I had 1K in the bank if everything went to shit. That's what I recommend. For the rest, I'm still running around without savings. I'm gonna work on that. Next month, my income is gonna go up substantially. So then I'll save. I spend about 4K a month. So everything on top of that, and I made 5K last month. So, and like it fluctuates. Business is not consistent. Hopefully next month I'm gonna make way more than that, and then I'll just save the remaining, so I have enough to pay my taxes and to not go broke, and to buy some nice presents for people, and to just upgrade the lifestyle a little bit. Sometimes for like when your phone breaks or something, that you can buy a new one, and that you don't have to stress out and have plane tickets back for emergencies, etc. That's what I recommend, but it's not a reason to not go. I would say 1K, like save the plane ticket money, and then just fuck it. Even if you only go for 2 weeks and everything goes to complete shit, you get homesick, something bad happens in your family, the culture doesn't fit you at all, it's too warm, anything, your client stops paying, you can at least go back. That's the only thing. I wouldn't say like save 10K, blah, blah, blah. No, I think that's way too much. And if I would have waited for 10K, I would have never gone. So I would say just go. Second thing is solo traveling / going with a friend. Like, what do you prefer? I went to Bali the first time with Harvey. He's in the back. He's also here in Medellin. And that was fun, but he left after I think 4 or 5 weeks, and I stayed the full 8 weeks. So I was still solo traveling for at least 3 weeks. Then I went to Medellin for 3 months in the summer of 2025. But the first 6 weeks I think, 5 or 6 weeks, I was alone, solo traveling. And then the second period in Bali between October and end of November was also 2 months. I did fully solo. I met one friend for dinner and I lived with him for like 3 days, and then he went back home. So I did most solo traveling, so I know what I'm talking about, but I'm quite of an introvert. I can be on my own. I enjoy my own company. If you're a very a social creature, obviously don't do it if you know that from yourself. But if you can be alone, and it could also be a challenge, even if you just go 3 weeks or 4 weeks, 4 weeks is definitely doable on your own. If you have FaceTime, if you have WhatsApp messages, whatever, Discord calls, you can do whatever. I would say it's not a reason for me personally to not go. I would prefer to be alone in a warm country than alone at home with my family, because like my family and I'm way different. I'm a completely different person than they are, so I don't really match with them that much. Obviously they're my family and I love them, but I have different objectives in life and I do different things and I talk about different things. So being on my own in a warm country, because I hate cold weather, is very important to me. So then I would prefer to be alone and just do FaceTiming with friends in other countries and whatever, to still have that brotherhood, to still have that connection. But the weather thing is so bad for me. I really get depressed if I'm in bad weather. So then I would just prefer to be alone. So that's that. And the fourth point is a more positive thing that I wish I knew before traveling, is that you reset who you are. You are a complete different person. What do I mean by this? If you're in your hometown, I noticed this. I was scared to make content in the gym mainly. I want to film myself in the gym because at the time I was just making day in the lives and self-improvement content. So I found it hard to film in the gym. I would find it hard to film on walks. I would find it hard to post on Instagram. all the entrepreneurship stuff, and even to talk about it to friends close to me, like, oh, you're one of the scammers, whatever, was hard for me. Then, when I flew to Bali, out of nowhere, it's super easy because nobody knows you. You, at home, you're this person. Let's say you're very shy. Let's say you have a lot of like pimples and you have short hair. If you go to a different country, it could even be a new city, you can grow your hair, you can eat clean so your pimples disappear, you can speak very confidently and get some muscles, and suddenly you are this hyper confident, clean skinned like guy with super long hair. Whereas at home, people always try to put you back into that box. Like on a family day, for example, when I meet my family, they still think that I'm the person that I was 4 years ago, because that's like I only see them once a year. So then I constantly have to explain, like, oh, now I changed into this person. Oh, now I also go to the gym. Oh, I'm this person. I stand for these principles. I change my opinions because I learn from previous actions, and then you constantly have to explain yourself. Whereas if you're in a new country, nobody knows you, so you can literally just be whoever you want. If you're walking around with your phone and filming yourself, then you're an influencer. If you want a buzz cut, then you are the guy with the buzz cut. And if you're, let's say at home, you're on school, and you would cut your hair, everyone, like I did that in an internship, I cut my hair, I buzz cutted my hair, and everyone was asking me, oh, why did you cut your hair? Oh, did you lose a challenge? I had to explain myself to every single person. And if you did it on travels, then nobody cares. So that helps. And the filming thing, especially in Medellin. So in May I went to Medellin. I'm now back in Medellin. They speak Spanish. So then filming outside, filming yourself whilst you're walking or on a walk is so easy because they don't even understand you. So then there's zero shame, zero anxiety because they can't even understand you. Let's say they do talk about you and they do roast you in a way, you don't even understand it. So it doesn't matter. So that's the new phase. You can just switch your face in a good way, obviously also in a bad way. Let's say you're a drug addict right now and you're game addicted, then going away from your PC is probably a good thing. Going away from smoking and going to sleep at poor timings, whatever, hanging out with poor people, you reset. You're a new person. You can go to bed at 8 p.m. every single day and they just think that you are that person. And those people that you were with, they're not there. So they can't hold you accountable for the old personality. Oh, we were always smoking together, or oh, it was so fun drinking with you. Yeah, but you were in Vietnam, or you were in Bali, or you're in Medellin, or you're in Australia, or Argentina, anywhere, and they don't know that you have that past. So that helps a lot. Second last thing, overpacking. So I have quite a big red suitcase. I'll probably show it in one of my videos. That's like big luggage, so it goes under the plane. You don't take it within the plane, like you have to pay extra, obviously, because I'm traveling the whole world, so you need some stuff, like 2 pairs of shoes, flip-flops, an extra jacket, enough underwear, enough shirts, enough shorts, some books, like some medical stuff. I have this red bag with like stuff that you never need, but if you're almost dying, you would like to have it. So because I'm completely traveling the whole world, I do have that with me. But clothes are the most overrated thing ever. Please don't overpack on clothes. Harvey, he went back to his room. He was probably done with me yapping. He overpacked on clothes to the first trip in Bali, and now we're back together, but now in Medellin. And he packed way less stuff. You don't need all those clothes. I have a washing machine here, but you also have laundry stations everywhere. In Bali, your Airbnb guy can do your laundry, even in most of the Medellin Airbnbs, but just this one, they wouldn't do that or something. And you can just do the laundry. You can go to a laundry station every 3 days, or here every other day. I just do a quick washing thing, whatever. And you have your clean clothes. I always wear the same shirt, just by accident. This is the only different shirt that I'm wearing. For the rest, I have white shirts. I have 5 of them. So even if you wear them from Monday to Friday and you wash them on Friday night and in the dryer, you can wear them for another 5 days, whatever. 5 shirts, that's the only thing. I have 2 like going out shirts. So for dinner, for proper, like let's say I go to a wedding out of nowhere, then I have those 2 proper shirts, and I have 2 longer pants and 3 the same Gymshark shorts, but just in 3 different colors. That's enough because I'm always in warm countries. I have 2 longer pants if I do need to have like a dinner, or if it's cold for whatever reason. So that's what I would say, and I do have quite a bit of underwear. I think 12 because they break. Whatever. I'm always like, you know, those Instagram reels that say when I return back home with 10 clean pair of underwear because I calculated that I would shit myself every single day. That's how I pack my shit. Like, oh, maybe I shit myself every day, so I need 12 pair of underwear, whereas I don't need to. But that's the only thing that I really overpack. Because let's say I don't have a laundry thing or whatever for a week, then at least I have clean underwear. Same thing for socks, probably 8 pair or something. So, and it doesn't matter that much. You can also go into your shoes without socks. And when I was in Bali, I didn't even wear socks. I went to the gym on my flip-flops. I then went to the cafe on my flip-flops. So I didn't even use them because it was so warm. Okay, the last thing, planning. If you're like me, then you don't. But maybe you do plan a lot and you're afraid that you would lose out on opportunities because you don't plan the whole trip. Oh, I'm gonna spend, like, if you want to go to Bali from Europe, it's probably gonna be $600 or $800. I always take extra leg space because I'm 6'8". Maybe you're like, if I spend $800 on a plane ticket, then it has to be worth it. If I only stay for 3 weeks, then I have to plan every single day. That depends on how long you plan to go. I was going to Bali with in my mind, I have no idea. I know that a visa is 2 months, like you can do 30 days and then an extra 30 days, and then you have to like do an official one for longer and pay more money and whatever. So I never really went past the 2 months. You can even leave to like Vietnam and then go back for another 2 months. So I was like, okay, I will just see how long I go and I will just find out. So I never went, oh, I have to see this place. Matter of fact, Bali is known for its cool temples, and I didn't see a single temple, at least from the inside, when I was in Bali. My mom was like crazy. My mom is all into museum and like art and history. And she was like, oh, you went to Bali. Did you see all those sculptures and all those cool like cultural stuff? I was like, no, I didn't, because I don't care. I went to cafes, I went to restaurants, I went to pools, football stadium. That's kind of the things that I was interested in. And networking events, like a little bit. Not really that first period, but after that I did. That's all. Like those are the things that I see. And maybe if there's like one big volcano or something, I might go. But then you just decide that. I went to work. I went to scale my business. I have it on this channel. Yeah, I have it on this channel. My previous vlogs as well. I went to Bali to become a millionaire, or I went to Paradise to become a millionaire. That was how I was thinking. Not really the millionaire thing. That was more so clickbait to make it seem cool. But I was going there to become more wealthy and to grow my wealth and to get a better skill set for entrepreneurship and grow the business. So the only thing that I cared about was this beautiful puppy, my laptop, and this camera that I bought like a week before I went traveling because it was super expensive. But I got like, that's why I flew away from the first trip, because I got a big paycheck. I was like, ah, fuck it, I'll just go to Bali because fuck it. Why not? I was 22. I was 22 at the time. Like, yeah, and I was still living at home, so I just made that decision. And I was already full-time on entrepreneurship from that first paycheck. So that was how I was thinking. Okay, Bali is warm, Bali is super cheap, and my friend was going. So those were the 3 reasons. He lives in New Zealand, or at least his parents live in New Zealand. As well for him, it was way closer. So those were the 3 things. And oh yeah, 4th thing, it looks cool on camera. So at the time, I was making more vlogs. Now I'm just talking about the travels. But at the time I was making more vlogs. So I was like, oh, it's gonna look cool on camera. And I'm a YouTube creative, so I care about that. And I was like, oh, if it looks cool on camera, I have more chance to get views. Didn't happen at the time. To be honest, those videos are the most viewed videos on this channel. But it's not a lot of views, so I'm sure some of these videos will get more views eventually. Harvey, if I put you on the spot, is there anything that you've heard me say that you want to add on to for something that you wish before you went traveling? I have the mic on, so you have to get the mic. This is also your second big travel.
Yeah.
I've covered all these things.
I'd say don't stress too much about the money side of things. Obviously, when you work online, it's 10 times easier. But don't stress too much. Like I went to Bali with like $4,000 and not much money at all. and I wasn't really making much money anyway, but I still survived for like 5 weeks. So I think just getting out of your hometown, seeing what's possible, is the main thing.
Meet cool people because we. Oh, you can't hear me.
Yeah.
Meet cool people.
Yeah. But like, just get out of your hometown and just see what's possible, because a lot of people just have like self-limiting belief that like they're just stuck in this place. But if you just go out, just see what's possible.
Yeah. You don't know what's like it's opportunity value. You don't know what you're missing if you've never seen it. Every year that you're not making $1 million, you're losing $1 million because you don't know how to make it. So that's how I look at it. And in this case, for entrepreneurship was important for me because I'm very entrepreneurship minded. I like to talk about business and growing wealth and getting extremely rich, not so the money side, but how do we get there? What's the strategy behind it? What do we need to improve? And my parents work a 9 to 5. They don't care about entrepreneurship. Sister, same thing. She's studying. So then this whole traveling experience fired me up so much to become more productive and to become more wealthy and to scale the business harder because I'm with people that think the same way. The last thing that I forgot to add, I mean, if you're watching to this point of the video, then you really care. That was about running out of money. I would just say always keep enough for the plane ticket and kind of see when you get paid and know when you get paid. And if you don't get paid enough, then maybe don't go yet because you're going to run out of money. I think $3K a month. I did it on $3K a month and $1K in savings. Well, I had $5K, but I was making $3K a month. So that's how I did it. This video turned out to be way longer than I expected. But these videos are super authentic to me. I care about traveling. The whole reason why I'm doing entrepreneurship is traveling. I love the sun. I love new cultures, new people, new places, changing the environment sometimes. So yeah, that's why I went on a little yap spree. I will end the video here. There's probably, oh wait, it's the other way around. There's probably a video here that you can click on, a new one that you care about. So I would recommend you to click on this one here.